Welcome to Shanti Peace Yoga. We are in week 4 of the Head to Toe Yoga series, and this week we're targeting our hips and glutes. We'll be staying in each pose for about 10 deep breaths, and maintaining that steady deep breathing is key to help melt away the tension in the muscles and deeper tissues. You won't need any props, and let's begin standing at the top of our mat. Take your feet out as wide as you'd like, and we'll start by making slow and exaggerated hip circles. So pushing the hips forward and circling around 5 times in one direction, targeting the anterior hip flexors, and really feel into this one. Don't worry about how it looks, just go by how it feels. Reverse the direction of your circles now for a further 5 times. Let's come back to the center now and bring your feet hip-width apart. Hands come to heart center. Now cross your right ankle over the left thigh, keeping the pelvis square. Inhale, and now as you exhale, bend your left knee, sinking the hips down as you come into this standing pigeon pose. A bit of balance is required here, so keep your gaze looking straight ahead. But you should really feel a nice stretch and opening in the right glute and hip. See if you can sink down a little further. Take one more inhale and exhale. Rise to standing. Inhale again. Exhale, step the right foot back behind you, sinking down into a high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Keep your front knee stacked over your ankle while actively pushing behind you into the ball of that right foot. You should feel this down the right thigh in the hip flexor. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release both hands to the floor. Lower the right knee down. Place both hands to the inside of that left foot. Adjust your left foot towards the long edge of the mat, creating more space into the left hip. We'll hold here, but if your mobility allows, you can lower onto your forearms. If you want to take this pose further, flex the left foot and rotate onto the outside edge of the foot, coming into a winged dragon pose. Remember to take notice of your breath. Use this as a guide if you're starting to hold your breath or take short, shallow breaths. You may need to ease out of this pose. Otherwise, continue your slow, steady, deep breathing. We're going to make our way into pigeon pose, Kapotasana. So slide your left foot over to the right side now. The more square that left shin is to the top of the mat, the more intense this will be. So make any adjustments so that this is doable for you. You can stay upright, or if your hips allow, you can lower onto your forearms. Wherever you are, remember to maintain slow, steady, deep breaths. If you lower down, carefully rise back up, adjust your left knee so it's pointing forward, and slowly swing your right leg out and around so the right knee is now stacked over the left. Both are pointing forward. This is shoelace pose, Gomukhasana, and is an intense external hip rotation. If this isn't working for you, come to a seated cross-legged position, Sukhasana. If you'd like to expand on this, slowly fold forward, otherwise stay upright. Either way, you want to feel both sit bones in contact with the ground. We'll take one more inhale and use the exhale to carefully rise up and uncross the legs. You can shake your legs out on the mat or join me in coming into a quick standing forward fold, Uttanasana, just to feel a nice release down the legs. You can keep the knees bent if you wish, but we're just going to hold here for a moment, and then we'll rise up to standing, reaching the arms overhead and preparing to repeat this on the other side. Starting with standing pigeon, hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra, feet are hip width apart, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, inhale here, and as you exhale, bend the right knee, sinking the hips down, feeling a stretch in that left glute. Keep your chest upright, gaze is looking forward, and remember to breathe. Let's take one more inhale and exhale, rise up, try not to drop the foot, inhale again, and exhale, step the left foot behind you, coming into a high lunge. Right knee is stacked over the ankle, and remember to press through the ball of the left foot to really feel a stretch down the left hip flexor. We'll take one more inhale and exhale. Hands come down to the floor, back knee lowers, and now bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Adjust the right foot so it is now at the long edge of the mat, and hold here in this low lunge. Like before, if your mobility and flexibility allows, you can lower down onto your forearms. Otherwise, stay upright with me. To take this further, flex the right foot and rotate onto the outer edge of the foot, further opening the hip. Remember to listen to your body and your breathing. Ease out of this at any time. Let's make our way into pigeon pose. Kapotasana. Slide the right foot over to the left, and again, the more square your right shin is to the top of the mat, the more intense this will be. So you may need your right foot closer to your left thigh to make this accessible. Stay upright if you wish, or lower down onto your forearms. If you had lowered down, carefully rise back up. Adjust your right knee so it's pointing forward, and slowly swing your left leg out and around so the knee is stacked over the right. Both are pointing forward, coming into Gomukhasana. Like before, if this doesn't work for you, come to a seated cross-legged position. If you'd like to expand on this, slowly fold forward, otherwise stay upright, and make sure both sit bones are in contact with the ground. Let's take a deep inhale here, and use the exhale to carefully release this pose, uncrossing the legs. And we'll bring our feet out in front of us now. Knees are bent, and lean back a little bit into the hands. Slowly drop the knees over from one side to another, making this sort of windshield wiper motion to stretch out the internal hips. And you might hold a little in one area that feels a bit sticky, or just keep moving side to side. Let's come back to the center now, and slowly lower down onto your back. We'll come into a twisting hip stretch now, starting with the knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Cross your right ankle over the left leg and flex the right foot. Inhale here, and on the exhale, keep this figure 4 shape as the knees drop over to the left. Right foot comes to the ground. You can use your left hand to gently push that right knee more upright. Shoulders and neck are relaxed, and you can extend your right arm out to the side. Let's prepare to release this pose by taking the left hand under the left knee. Inhale first, and on the exhale, use the hand to guide your legs back to center, releasing the twist. Moving on to the other side, left ankle crosses over the right leg. Left foot is flexed. Inhale here, and on the exhale, keep the figure 4 shape as the knees drop over to the right. Your right hand can gently push your left knee more upright, and your left arm can extend out to the side. Let's prepare to release this pose. Bring the right hand under the right knee. Inhale first, and on the exhale, use the hand to guide your knees back to center. Let's finish with one final hip opening pose and come into Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Take the knees out wide and grab hold of the outside feet or big toes and draw the knees down and apart. Back of the head is long and shoulders draw away from the ears. You want your whole back to be in contact with the mat. Continue deep breathing and allow your face to soften as we slow down here. We'll take one more inhale and exhale. Carefully release the hold of the feet and we'll come into our final resting pose. You can simply lie on your back in traditional Shavasana, or you might like to take reclined butterfly, or join me in a wide-legged child's pose to further melt into the hips a little bit more. Whatever you choose, let this be your moment of relaxation. Allow your eyes to soften or close. Allow the breathing to slow, and try to tune out any external distractions. We'll stay here for about 1 minute. Turn your awareness back to the present, and wherever you are, carefully make your way upright to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me, yogis, and I hope your hips and glutes are feeling a little more relaxed and loosened up. I'll see you again next week. Let's close our practice with our mantra. Hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bowing forward. Namaste.